Here at Alstom, we like to say that the best CO2 is the CO2 we don't make in the first place. Clearly, we all need power to live, we all need energy, but efficiency is the best way of maximizing the energy we all need for our lives whilst minimizing the CO2 emissions to the atmosphere. If we look at the targets that have been set internationally to reduce our emissions totally of CO2 from all forms of energy by 50% or more, up to 7% of that reduction will be achieved by efficiency improvements in electricity production.
Energy efficiency's got a really important part to play. Every percentage point improvement in efficiency in the power station results in 2 percentage points plus reduction in CO2. Now, that's better for cost, that's better for climate, and that doesn't have any negative effect on quality of life. So that's clearly one area that needs to be addressed.
Fossil fuel is certain to play a very important role in electricity production for many decades to come. 60% of the electricity production will in fact come from plants that either already exist in the installed base or are being installed now in the current new wave of power plants. Therefore, even in 2030, 60% will come from the park that already is there or is being produced. So clearly, production efficiency of that installed park is critical. Typically, we can achieve a 13% reduction in CO2 from a typical existing plant. And this is achieved by 5% reduction in CO2 from the turbine, 3% from the boiler, and a further 5% by the way we integrate all the components together at a new optimum operating point.
Alstom is developing several technologies to improve the efficiency at which we use those fossil fuels to create power. And we have important programs. We are developing the power plant of the future with very much improved efficiency. So less emissions for the power that is produced.
In Alstom's Retrofit Technologies, we are developing new components, new features, new technologies to introduce into the installed base to increase the efficiency of the existing plants that are operating already. Whether it's in gas turbines to raise firing temperatures to achieve 60% efficiency, in steam turbines with the 700 degrees C and carbon capture and storage for 50% plus with low CO2 emissions. In hydro, there are significant improvements in efficiency to be made. Typically a hydro plant currently is 85% efficient, and the latest technology is 90% efficient, and we can introduce that technology with retrofits in hydro. In the field of wind, we are continuing to increase the size of our products with our latest 3 megawatt Eco 100 wind turbine to increase the amount of production of electricity you get from a given land area and therefore available wind capacity. In the field of nuclear, we are again retrofitting the installed fleet to increase the amount of power you get from an existing plant and existing reactor. And for the future, we're increasing the size of our conventional island steam turbine and generator units so that we can increase the overall availability and efficiency of plants of this type for the future. There are some strong incentives for the operators of power plants to reduce their CO2 emissions, because clearly if you increase the efficiency, you get either more output, more power, which you can sell to the end consumer, or you burn less fuel, and you therefore don't have to spend so much on coal or gas in your production. So clearly for the operator of a coal plant,